Hello and welcome to the Pleistocene channel. My name is Daniel, and we are back here with the Pleistocene solo survival. So let's see what kind of trouble we can get in today. Alright, so as I said in the last episode, there's a few things that I want to get done today. The first thing is I'm going to grind off most of these thrusters on this now base, because we don't need it on the base. Second thing is I'm going to hopefully put on some solar panels. I'm going to try to modify the base to have a rotor on it so it can face the solar panels toward the sun at any particular moment. And finally, I'm hoping to get some turrets on here. If I can get some turrets going, then I won't have to break away and fight these cyberhounds as often. Without further ado, let's actually, you know what? Let's do the turrets first. 'Cause that way, whenever I'm working, I won't have to be worrying about it. All right, so turrets first. Let's grab some steel plates here. We'll put some turrets on the sides. I'm actually gonna extend some blocks out a little bit. I don't want to. Actually, I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. All right, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna take some pieces off of here, and I know my inventory is full, so this is going to immediately drop to the ground, but that's okay because it's not gonna block me. So then we're gonna put some blocks out here to the side. I want as wide a range of motion as possible on the turrets. So if I put one on either side of the blocks as they stretch out. Let's see, I went out 5 with that. No, we went out 6. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And how's my hydrogen doing? Don't want to all of a sudden fall out of the air, but it looks like we're okay. All right, so I'm going to do interior turrets because the materials to make the ammo for the interior turrets is a little bit cheaper than the ammo for the exterior turrets. Of course, I need an interior plate, not an exterior plate. So then I can make a bunch of the just regular ammo. I can use it for both the interior turrets, and I can use it in my own gun, which I'm going to add a little bit to this right now, since I seem to keep using it to fight off the dogs. Alright, so interior plates. 3 is not enough. We need at least 4. Let's put these up. We'll take the rest of those. Alright, and let's put one turret on either side. Like that and that. Then on this side, we'll go here. Oh, but I want to face it the right way because I'm somewhat anal when it comes to the placement of blocks. So one right there and one right there. All right. So now while I weld these up and while I grind down the thrusters, I'll go ahead and fast forward through this part. So in hindsight, I think I should have probably put either another interior turret on the very ends of these extension arms, or actually just one turret on each end of the extension arms. The reason I did it this way was to give it as much range as possible, but I don't know if it was worth it because the front turrets end up the ones facing the lake end up shooting a lot more than the ones facing the mountain. So I don't know if I end up needing the components for some reason, then maybe I'll go back and modify it. But I think I'll probably just leave it like it is. It gives me some protection from both directions. So as you can see, also I started pre-grinding some of the things that I didn't need. So I took out the LCDs, I took out some of the interior lights and some of the other components there. That piece that I took out of the top there is actually because I'll be needing to get up to the roof of the base anyway to start putting up the solar panel array later on. So I just went ahead and started pre-grinding some of those things. Okay, so that was weird, Apparently one of these cyberhounds actually got into the base. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but does not make me very happy. Did not think he'd be able to follow me up that ramp, so I gotta be a little more careful, maybe start closing that door behind me. Yeah, that's a little problematic. So I also figured out that I am once again out of small steel tubes, but I think I'm going to go ahead and take them from this oxygen tank. We won't need this planet side, so I'm going to go ahead and take this apart. But I do need to be sure and hook it back up, because right now it's the thing that either hook this back up or like replace it with some kind of conveyor system. So right now this is what's hooking this cargo container to the rest of the ship. So for now I'll just go from one cargo container to another, but later on I might want to be a little more careful. So this is actually going to finish off the turrets. Oh, my suit energy is low. So this should help drive away the cyberhounds that have been coming after me. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab some energy, grab some ammo so I can go ahead and fill up the ammo in here. Get these turrets going. And then I'll worry about starting to take apart the rest of the motors. We still have enough power in the batteries. I'm not super worried about draining the power before we can get something going. All of the batteries still are looking pretty good. So I am going to go ahead and take all the rest of this ammo. And we'll go ahead and start loading these up as we finish them. I'm hoping that the extent to which these extend out over the ship is going to give it a really good wide range. So we'll see what happens once they're all done, once I can get them tested. But for now, I think this is going to work. I need to keep an eye on my hydrogen too. I've been using it like crazy. Okay, so we're okay on the hydrogen. Alright, let's finish welding these up. Put 50 of these into here. And go ahead and finish up this side. So you probably saw I went ahead and scavenged some of the things from the ship. I took apart the LCD panels. They're there to let new players kind of know what they should be doing, what they should be trying to do. But I don't really need them, so I went ahead and took them apart. And I took apart the timer block, and now I've taken apart the oxygen tank. So taking apart a few things, not key systems. I still might take apart a few other things, like I don't need the gyroscope anymore. This ship's not taken back off. I'm going to take apart all the thrusters. So all of those things are going to be used to work on other things. But once again, I'll do all of those after I get the solar panels done, or at least maybe in progress while I'm working on the solar panels, so I can use their components. All right, so all of the interior turrets that are exterior to the base, ironically, are functional. So now I got to make sure that they're set to actually hit characters, because the cyberhounds actually count as characters based on my understanding. So interior turret 1 through 5, but that's fine. Target characters is on. Small ships. Okay, so even if we get raided by pirates or something, which could happen because I do have the drones on, I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any broadcasting, so not too worried about that yet. But we do want it to attack characters. So hopefully those will take care of the characters, or not characters. Sorry, the cyberhounds. They will hopefully take care of eliminating the cyberhounds. Just so I can see these a little better, I'm going to change the color. Let's make them red. All right, now I'm going to grab some more hydrogen. I actually have to go up to this block so that I can actually put the hydrogen tanks in there. Since I took apart the oxygen tank down there, it's no longer conveyed. Oh, well, there's the turrets going. Hopefully that means that our cyberhound buddies have been eliminated. Let's go check it out. Well, I don't know where they are, but the fact that they're not attacking the base seems to indicate that they were successful. So I'm going to call that a successful test of the turrets that are now protecting our base. So that's fantastic. Okay, let's get to work on this the solar panel array that I want to get built. We need to be able to have pretty good access to this roof, so I'm going to put a couple of ramps here so that I can access the roof pretty easily. I think I left these red, which will change momentarily, but just going to weld these up. I'm not going to fast forward through this part because it's going to be fairly short, except that I have to go get steel plates now. Of course I do. All right. Okay, now we have a ramp up to the roof. I may move that chair for now, but it's, I'm sorry, I may move that chair later, but for now it's not in the way, so I'm not too worried about it. Can I get up here? Yes, okay, so even that, even this bulletproof, this window right here is not in our way, so I'm not going to worry about that either. The beacon is important because if I'm going to be traveling off and doing drilling and doing welding or any kind of transport away from the base, I want to be able to get back here. But now that the base is stationary, I think I'm going to replace this with a GPS point, because this base is now like solid in the ground. So I'm going to replace it with a GPS point called home base. If I'm not going to worry about naming it right now, but if someone does have an interesting name, I would be more than willing to. Think about it, think about changing it. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is reconstruct this tank for now, rather than worry about doing conveyor blocks. I think I'm gonna get the components I need from here because there's small steel tubes in this beacon as well. So I'm just going to take this completely apart. Can I get? No. Okay, so I'm going to have to put some of these up. Let's see if it needs any more. Okay, let's put the rest in the small storage container. And then, I don't know, that if I take this apart, it may make those other, oh, we got turrets going. Okay, I assume that another set of cyberhounds is gone, even though I couldn't really see it. So, you know what? This beacon is going to take a little longer to take apart than I thought it was, so I'm going to fast forward through this part as well. The cyberhounds seem to be fairly easily mitigated. I was a little worried when I first started this series that the cyberhounds were going to be a little too tough, but apparently they got modified a little bit from their original version. They originally exploded whenever they came in contact with people. But apparently the developers removed that feature, so it made them a little more manageable. I almost think they may be too easy now. As afraid of them as I was before, I mean, I put up a couple of turrets, and now they don't seem to be worrying me at all. Of course, I hope I'm not jinxing myself by saying this because it is possible that something may go wrong. I might not be able to produce enough ammo, or something may go, drastically different from how I'm predicting, but I guess we'll see. All right, now that we've got that done, I went ahead and grinded down, grinded? Ground sounds more like meat, so I'm gonna say I grinded the two thrusters over here down because they would have gotten in the way of what I want to do for the solar panels. So what I'm gonna work on for the solar panels is I'm gonna set up a rotor here. Nothing super fancy, but then I'm going to set up some blocks. I'm going to have 3 solar panels on either side, so I need at least 6 blocks. Okay, And then I want it to look kind of cool, so I'm going to put a little bit of flare on it. Um, let's do some of these. All right. I mean, this is completely unnecessary. It doesn't serve any practical purpose, but I like making things look good. The station and the ships that I design are much more fun to work with and fly if I like the way they look. So, I think that'll look a little better just uh, than just having, solar panels on the side of a cube. I still want it to be able to turn so it can see the sun, but no reason not to make it look good. All right, let's see. We need construction components to be able to place these. Let's do construction components, and we have enough solar cells in this atmospheric lander to make 6 panels. So, which solar panels are fairly expensive in and of themselves. I mean, I might make some more later. But really, this is just going to be backup. I mean, solar panels are not super efficient with providing power for a base. So, all right, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to start welding this up. I'll let you skip ahead some of this. Well, not skip ahead, but I'm going to fast forward through most of this so you don't have to watch me go back and forth for a bunch of materials. So if you're really watching this, you might have noticed a problem with my setup here. Apparently, at some point in the history of the universe, the sun tends to move across the sky, and my problem is that my solar panels are going to face the horizons. So I'll get some good power in the morning, I will get some good power in the evening, but all the way through the day, it will be at an off angle to the sun. So what I probably should have done is make a system of 2 rotors, one to be able to turn left and right, and one to be able to adjust the pitch up and down. That would have allowed me to basically track the sun across the sky. So going back and modifying that now is going to be, quite a challenge. But I might go back and do it in the future. I am interested in building like a couple of movable arrays. So hopefully I can get a good amount of solar power in the future. Like I said in the video, this is just backup for now. It's not very efficient to use solar panels to power an entire station unless you have a lot of solar panels, which I just don't have the resources to create right now. So I'm just gonna leave it as is, and then we'll see where we can go from there. Beyond the problems with actually tracking the sun across the sky, for part of the day, the solar panels actually are going to be behind a mountain. So the amount of power I'm going to get even then is going to be fairly negligible. If worst comes to worst and I completely run out of power, then I can turn these to the sun, turn off everything in the station, turn all the batteries to recharge, and then just wait several days until they have enough charge where I can do something. But I think more than that, I'm gonna start going and mining for uranium because we do have your source of uranium really close. It's the closest resource patch we have. So I think in the next episode, maybe I might go and actually get some uranium from that node. We'll see if I can do it with a hand drill. I am planning on making a mining ship, but it probably won't be for another few episodes from now. But I still want to go get some uranium, get it processing, and then move on from there. If I can get some uranium, then we should have enough power to make it for quite a while. Although the refinery does actually take a good amount of power, so I might need to put some power efficiency modules onto that. I don't know. We'll have to see how we do and whether or not the refinery can actually keep up the refinery and the solar panels can keep up with the need to produce ingots from the ore that we collect. Watching back through this, even at 4 times speed, it's fairly apparent that I need to upgrade my tools. It's so painful being in survival on realistic mode with just the very basic tools, so that's coming soon. Okay, well, now that the sun has gone down, I have completed the solar array. Let's put a little bit of a personal flair on this. I think we'll go with some, let's do like a red stripe down the middle. And then maybe black on the sides. Yeah, let's try that. All right. I think that looks pretty good. All right, let's try rotating it. Obviously we don't have any sun right now, so I can't really rotate it into the proper position, but I can still get it to close to where it needs to go. We're gonna put these on our bar. We'll do increased velocity and decreased velocity. Probably could have used a regular rotor for this instead of an advanced rotor. Maybe saved a few materials, but didn't think of that in time, so got this. We got what we got. All right. So yeah, so I'm not sure. I think the sun went down over there. Hopefully it'll rise over there. We may not need to move it too much, but now if we do need to move it, we can. So yeah, we'll call that done here. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see future updates, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back next time. Thanks for watching.